Hello Aries, welcome to November of 2018. So this month the forecast is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. Usually I use my oracle cards, but this month we're going to try doing the videos with tarot cards. I had some requests for that. Another thing people have said is they want to actually see the cards as I draw them, so that's another thing we will do. So bear with me as I'm doing something new this month. The other big news this month is that Jupiter is changing signs. It is moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. And so for you, Aries, this means it's going to be moving from your 8th house into your 9th house. And the 9th house is a very lucky house. It's a very fun house. This can be foreign travel, it can be learning about other cultures or just higher education. It's a nice place for Jupiter to be. And Jupiter's going to be there from November 8th through December 2nd or 3rd of 2019, so for over a year. And we'll talk about that more as the year progresses. And if you want more information on that, you can just search in YouTube Jupiter and Sagittarius, and you'll find much more detailed information from better astrologers than me. The other thing that's happening is Venus is going to go direct on the 15th, and then right after that, 15th, 16th, Mercury is going to go retrograde. So we're going to be getting a break because Venus is going forward. I hope you've been having a good Venus retrograde story. Mine was pretty, I was going to say intense, but I think a better word would be interesting. But it was a little intense too. So enough about me. Let's get started. I'm going to put the camera down as I do this. And I do have a glass desk, so I apologize for how messy it is. So what I'm going to do is shuffle. I've already shuffled before recording, but I'm going to do one more shuffle. And this is going to be a little bit loud, so maybe I'll do it down here so the microphone doesn't pick it up. And then we're going to do my favorite spread, which is the 3x3 tableau. We have the World reversed, King of Cups reversed, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 2 of Swords, Justice. Oops. Just moving these a little bit so you can see them. 6 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Alright. So just give me a second to see what we're looking at here. So the World here, as we start November, that kind of tells me that you're kind of ready to start something new. I can put this back up towards me now that we've seen the cards, but I will still be referring to them as I do the video. So hopefully this will refocus. Okay, perfect. So this first row we have the World reversed, King of Cups reversed, and 8 of Pentacles. So what this tells me is that you're ready to start something new. You're ready for a new project to begin, and you may have even been finishing up a project that you've been working on for a very long time. For some of you, I think this could even be just reflective of all this retrograde energy we've had throughout 2018. This summer was the summer of retrogrades. This past month we've had Venus retrograde, and then we're going into a Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of looking back towards the past and finishing up former projects that you had either started in the past or revisited, and tying up a lot of loose ends. And this World card here in the reverse position really speaks to that to me, where you're ready to start something new. You're finishing up old projects. You just had to tie up, a few more loose ends. And that's what that's really saying to me, is that you're almost there. Like you're already thinking, what are you going to do next, as an Aries would, but you still have to finish up these last projects, these last loose ends on the project you're working on. And I do see you working on something new here with the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the King of Cups reversed could show me that you're having some kind of emotional difficulty with a male figure in your life. This could be more general, that you're just not feeling very confident with your partner. This could also be a boss or a man that you have unfinished business with, since we're talking about finishing up loose ends and finishing up a former project. But this could also be someone from your past who you are finding a new opportunity to work with. The Eight of Pentacles is all about work. And since the King of Cups is reversed here, it could signify like an emotional issue, but I think it might mean more that this is a man from your past who you are working with. And the Eight of Pentacles is somebody who, or is reflective of an energy that finds a lot of satisfaction and joy in their work. So if you are in a position where you feel like you have finished up a project and you're trying to decide what to do next, you might even be feeling a little bit depressed or listless because you don't have something to do. This would be telling you to go forward in a new project and kind of, or even a hobby. It doesn't even have to be like an actual job that you're doing, but just find something to do that makes you feel productive, and you're going to find a lot of joy in it. Now, as we move on to the next row of cards here, we have Page of Cups reversed, Two of Swords reversed, and Justice. So what this tells me is, on the one hand, if there was something that was kind of clouding your mind, or you were having a difficult time making a decision, I feel like you're going to, that weight will be lifted. You'll have an easier time making a decision going forward, and you're going to make the right choice. Justice is upright next to the Two of Swords reversed. This could be related to the previous row, where you're trying to find what the next step is going to be for you, what the next project or job is that you want to work on. This could also just be unrelated, and since it's the middle row of the spread, it could be showing something that's going to happen more towards the middle of the month. So there could be some sort of decision that comes to you. We do have a reverse Page of Cups. Pages can sometimes be messengers, so this could be a new situation that appears, and since it's reversed, it's something that you don't know yet. So this could be something that even comes to you after Jupiter changes signs, so after the 8th of November, and it's something you weren't thinking of, and it could be related to past news, and it's going to come to you, and it's going to be a decision you have to make, but trust that you're going to make the right decision, and I think you really will make the right decision. And I think this is also just kind of telling you to trust yourself and to act fairly. So while Justice is upright, that does tell me you're going to make the right choice, but it's also a reminder that you need to be considering the greater good, because sometimes, Aries, you do have a tendency to focus more on yourself and your immediate surroundings, and this could also be saying that this is a decision that you need to make with the greater good in mind. And when you keep that in mind, it will make this decision easier. Now, as we go on, I am seeing you, there is a potential here for travel. Six of Swords is a travel card. Next to Nine of Pentacles, it does show you spending some time alone. It could also be showing you going on a trip that might be a little bit extravagant. There's also a sense or an energy here where you might be feeling like you just want some alone time, and so you do go on this trip, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. The Nine of Pentacles can be a very positive card, but in some instances it can be somebody who is trying to substitute material possessions for emotional stability and emotional comfort. So don't spend your feelings, especially since you're going to have Jupiter in your 9th house, which does mean travel. There is a travel opportunity here. And I'm just saying, be mindful. Because since we have the Ten of Swords reversed in the final outcome, I actually am thinking this might be a trip that you need. This might be an opportunity for you to really release all those burdens and release anything that's been a pain for you. And I know that the Ten of Swords can sometimes be a scary card, but as we look at the other cards in the spread, and since it is reversed, it's not as potent. I really feel like it's showing you taking time for yourself, going on some sort of trip. So this could be a literal trip where you get in a boat, you get in a plane, you're traveling, but it could also just be taking time for yourself. The trip could just be a trip to your room where you get lost in a novel. It could also be taking time for yourself through yoga, meditation, or a bubble bath. But I am seeing that you'll find comfort in this isolation, at least momentarily, towards the end of the month. It might just be that you have a really busy month and you need some time alone. So let's go back over everything before I leave you. So first row we had the World, King of Cups, both reversed, and the Eight of Pentacles. This shows me that you need to tie up some loose ends before you can start something new. If you are feeling a little bit depressed or listless, this is saying that it's time to focus on a new project or finish up a project that maybe you just need to really get deep into it and pound out those last details because there was so much retrograde energy. Middle row, I'm seeing there's going to be some sort of decision you have to make, and this might be an unforeseen decision. This could be news that comes to you that you weren't expecting, and this decision will be easy to make if you make the right choice, which I think you will make, and the right choice here is going to be the one that's the most fair, and the most fair for everyone involved. So not just for you, but the choice that's going to be the most beneficial to everyone involved. That's the choice you should be making. At least that's what the cards say, and that's what I say. And then final row, I am seeing you going on a trip. This may be a trip that you take alone. This could even be a trip to a foreign country. And I think it's going to really help you release any burdens you were having. So if this was a project you were working on or some issue you were working on and you finally do finish it, you can reward yourself here with some alone time. And even if it's not an actual trip, it could even just mean taking time for yourself in your own life, such as like a bubble bath or getting lost in a book. So thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed the new format and that you were able to actually see the cards. So thank you very much. Have a very wonderful November. Happy Thanksgiving if you live in the States. And I will see you next month.